It's Heidi McCutcheon from the Shelton Mason County Chamber of Commerce. Good morning.
Good morning.
Got a big deadline coming up this Friday to culminate in the gala and a huge event as awards nominations are ongoing this week.
That's correct.
So we have got new categories, but let's talk about how this process all works and what it does not only for the community, for the chamber, but for the businesses and people that get recognized.
Certainly. So the chamber has been doing awards for I saw an article just last week. Jane Groover is our historian, and she takes stories out of the journal and such and keeps them all in scrapbooks for us. So I just came across one last week from 1955 that was talking about the citizen and the business of the year. So I'm not certain when it began, but it's been at least coming on 70 years of awards.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's really cool to think about that and just think about how so many folks have been invested in the community like that for so long.
Right. We have so many people that volunteer their time, their talents, that show up for things, that just push up their sleeves and dig in and help people get things done. So this is one of my favorite times of the year when I get to call people and say, guess what? Somebody nominated you. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes people are just so humble about it that they can't believe somebody has taken the time out of the day, that they've noticed that this person or this business has really gone above and beyond for Mason County. So it's really fun to give those phone calls.
What are some of the nominations, the types? Business of the Year is one, as you mentioned, Citizen of the Year, but over the years, some new ones have been added.
Correct, yeah. So we have Business of the Year and Citizen of the Year, which has been long-standing, as well as the Volunteer of the Year. The Chamber staff, this year, moving forward, the Chamber staff will select the Volunteer of the Year. We also last year created two new categories, Rookie of the Year and Boss of the Year. So Rookie of the Year is anybody who has begun a business in the last 2 years. It can be service-based, retail, basically anything. And then Boss of the Year, the criteria there is that you have to work for that person to nominate them. So it can be your supervisor, your manager, an owner, whatnot, but just kind of gives some credence to people in a supervisory position that go above and beyond for their employees and really mentor and engage with them.
New this year, Community Supporter of the Year.
Yes. Yeah, and that we're particularly looking at, we have so many nonprofits that are doing great things in Mason County, so this is really geared towards the nonprofit sector. So oftentimes they don't have some of the same resources as businesses or municipalities to get things done, but they just move mountains and do incredible things in our community. So there we're looking for service clubs, nonprofits, fraternal organizations, just people that are volunteering their time for Mason County.
SheltonChamber.org is the website. You can see right there on the front page, news briefs, nominations, and then the link to make a nomination. Mm-hmm. What are some of the criteria involved when the nominators are filling that out? Is that listed on there? Who can be, and like you mentioned, the boss, it has to be an employee there of the person.
Yes. If you go to sheltonchamber.org/awards, then there has all of the criteria as far as what the requirements are. If there's something that comes through, say that we get a nomination for a single person for Community Supporter of the Year, then typically the committee will take a look at that and say, this really fits under Citizen of the Year, and we'll move it over to that. And so, we kind of gauge what the intent is. It's really easy to nominate people. You put who they are, how we get in touch with them, and just a short, this is why I think this person or this business is great. We ask if you want to give your name and number so that if we have any questions or ask you for a quote later, then we can follow up with you. But really, it's incredibly simple just to hop on 30 seconds, nominate a person or a business or an organization, that you think has just been exceptional.
And after everything's all said and done, ballots are then mailed out to the chamber members who each get a vote in each of the categories.
Correct, yes.
And then the big gala is Friday, January 17th, 2020
It is.
At the Little Creek Casino's Skookum Event Center. And we've gone the last couple of years, and it's always a heck of a lot of fun. And this is a nice way to kind of look back over the year. There's a lot of reflection and conversation about how much Shelton and the county has changed over the last year. And there's a lot. We were just talking about some of the work going on here on CODA, and there's a lot going on around here.
Right. Now seems to be a really good time for Mason County. Everywhere you look, all of the street work and infrastructure that's been done, the new businesses that are coming in, things that are being painted and brightened up. Even just some of the names. We've done 2 ribbon cuttings a week for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and we've got 2 this week, and we've got 2 next week also. So it's just an incredible time of growth, and it's exciting things that are happening, new businesses, new ideas. So it's really looking to be a good time for Mason County.
You're coming in later in the week to talk about another issue that is the Chamber's got its eyes on, but since I got you here, first day of school for the high climbers. You're a former high climber.
I am.
You got any great one high school great memory that you can think of, either the first day of school or a teacher that really impacted you?
There were several teachers that really impacted me and played a strong part in my life. Mr. Wentz was one of them. Miss Sawyer, she was the cheer coach also. Probably one that sticks out most in my mind, one specific event, is my senior year of college. I was told that the math credit that I had before didn't transfer, and I was already taking a double load of courses, and so I had to take college algebra, which was the first time I'd taken algebra in 8 years. I took it as running start as a junior in high school. And so it's spring break. I'm close to failing, and I walked into the high school, and there's Brian Pranty, Mr. Pranty, and he sat down with me almost every day that week and helped me figure out how to get about just passing that one course. And had he not given the time for that, I probably wouldn't have graduated college on time. So just, a high school teacher, I don't even know if he recognized me or remembered me, but he's like, yeah, come in, sit down, bring your book.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible.
Very cool. It's fun to hear stories like that, and it's great new memories are being formed by the kids and everybody, the staff and the teachers, the administrators, all today as the new school, which looks great. Mountain View looks great. It's pretty cool. Heidi, good to see you. We'll see you again later in the week.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.